Okay, come here, Nessie. Come here, honey. We got our cookies. Yeah, you love your cookies. So you come here, and we're going to read a Scottie book. Do sit. Stay. Calm down, guys. Calm down. We're going to read a book, okay? We'll read a book. No, not yet. Oh, guys, calm down, okay? I promise everything's going to be fine. We'll look up. This is about a story about Scotties. Hey, this isn't about cookies, okay? I'm just using the cookies. Just using the cookies in order to... Here, wait. Just stay there. Oh, God. Let's see what it looks like. Action. So, here we go. Oh, wait. Let's put on some Kenneth McKellar music. I know. We're going to put on some Kenneth McKellar Scottie music. Okay? Here we go. Ready? This is going to be so much fun, guys. And action. Okay, guys. So I'm going to read you. Come here, Nessie. I'm going to read you. Here's something from Mac. Something from Nessie. Calm down. I'm bribing you. You're going to read A Tale of Two Scotties. Okay? Come. Oh, McKellar, you unplugged this. How do you unplug a mouse? Did you think it was a rat? Did you think it was ratty? It wasn't ratty. So here we go. This is A Tale of Two Scotties. Come back, I'm trying to read. Ever since, yeah, that's Scottish. That's Scottish singing, Nessie. Let me turn it down. Yeah, that's Scottish. That's McKellar. Come on, Nessie. Come here. McKellar, sit. Nessie, close. Nessie, close. Sit. Okay. Now I'm going to give you, stay. You can get a cookie. This is, no, Mac, don't steal from your mother. Okay. A Tale of Two Scotties by David Schecter. That's your daddy. Okay, you ready? Ever since the day they were born, Nessie and her brother Mac were complete opposites. In fact, it would be difficult to find two dogs who were less alike, even though they were both Scottish Terriers. As with most dog breeds, male and female Scotties look very similar. Besides being short and rectangular, that's you guys, they both sported beards, considerable eyebrows, look at those eyebrows, and, oh goodness, triangular prick ears. Do you see the prick ears? Don't yawn, Nessie. Long furnishing on their sides, and an alert tail that, when it wasn't wagging, tended to point straight up to the sky, except for Nessie's, which is crooked. But that was pretty much where the similarities ended between sister and brother, or in this case, son and mother. Nessie, pay attention. Here's a cookie, so you pay attention. No, don't steal from your mother, Mac. Okay. This isn't going the way I thought it would. Their most obvious difference was the color of their fur. While Nessie was pitch black, the traditional Scottie shade, Mac was whitish gold, and he was known as a wheaten Scottie, because he was the color of wheat. Are you the color of wheat, Mac? I think you have the intelligence of wheat. Oh, stop crying. The dog's fur was only the start of their marked distinctions. Scotties have an amazingly strong independent streak in them. McKellar, you're supposed to be looking at me, okay? Don't be so independent. And although Nessie and Mac definitely enjoyed each other's company, they were both leaders rather than followers. Boy, is that true. So that could sometimes cause problems. When they were being walked and Piper would veer to the right, Mac would usually head to the left. And of course, oh, not Piper, Nessie, I'm sorry. Nessie, come on, sit. Mac, come here, come. This isn't working. Come here, I want people to see Nessie. Come, Mac. Oh, God, this isn't working. Okay, we got both dogs now. Sit. Good boy. Okay. The only exception to this contrary behavior was when something smelled so incredibly wonderful. Nessie, stop rubbing. Cookie, Nessie, come on. No, this is for Nessie. Come here. Stop falling asleep with my story, okay? The only exception to this contrary behavior was when something smelled so incredibly wonderful that it required immediate attention and sniffing from both terriers. Both dead moles, well, I have the word both in there twice. We need to get rid of one. Okay, that's bad writing. Good Scotties, bad writing. Both dead moles and recently deposited doggy poop fit in this fragrant category. The Scotties' tendency to go in different directions caused its share of problems, as the person walking them would sometimes have to figure out how to get past a tree or other object while each dog pulled on its leash around opposite sides of the obstruction. Does that sound familiar at all? Hey, does that sound familiar at all? That's what our life is like. You guys pulling on opposite sides. Okay? Do you know that you inspired this story with your stubbornness? Seeing as the two terriers lived on a quiet block isolated from other neighborhoods in this agricultural part of the state, I had to make that up because otherwise people wouldn't buy the story. They would think, where are all the people? Why are there only Scotties in this world? I beg your pardon, Nessie. Okay. Their family had tried to walk them without their leashes when the dogs were younger. However, they quickly learned that Scotties would not walk alongside them unless the dogs had no other options available. I think you guys are bored, so we're going to jump ahead to the part about squirrely. Do you want to hear the part about squirrely? Or putty-tats? Okay, let's jump ahead to the part about squirrely. We got something about critters. Oh, here we go. Nessie, on the other hand, felt that for the most part, play was beneath it. Nessie, come here. I'm reading to you. Nessie, come. Oh, Cookie. Damn. No, this is for Nessie. This is for McKellar. Sit. Okay. I want to see Nessie. Back up a little. Sit. Back. Good boy. Okay, Nessie, this is about you. Instead of romping around and having fun all the time, she often preferred to lie on her back, resting and conserving her energy. Does that sound like you? That way she'd be prepared if a squirrel or a kitty cat appeared in the backyard and needed to be chased up a tree. Since she was a puppy, she clearly felt that her house and immediate environment were Scottie country. Piper did not consider chasing vermin to be play, as it was the very things that Scotties had been bred for over the centuries. Mac, pay attention. Her unwavering urge to go after any small animal that moved was as much a part of her as her black nose or bony skull or wet, slimy tongue. Not that she had any idea that what she'd do if she actually caught one of these critters. Because in all her years, she'd only come close on a few occasions. Once, when she was much younger, she chased a bunny rabbit from one end of the backyard to the other 3 times before it escaped through a narrow gap in the fence. She felt positive that if only she had been a little slimmer, she could have caught up to that fluffy-tailed creature. Nessie, pay attention. And then there was that time a garish orange cat appeared near the front porch, and Nessie dashed out the screen door before it swung closed. Unfortunately for her, Dad was washing the car at the time, and just as she was about to reach it, he sprayed both animals with a blast from the garden hose. By the time Nessie shook the water out of her eyes and ears, the feline was long gone and never again showed its orangeness anywhere near their property. You're bored, aren't you, Mac? Okay, let's go to a part about squirrely, because I know that's very interesting. Squirrely. Let's see. Oh, goodness. You guys are just bored silly, aren't you? Why did I write this thing, if not for you? Let's see where we are. God, we're all the way up to page 12. Oh, here we go. You ready? Despite all the differences between Nessie and... Nessie, this is an important part. Oh, Mac, what are we going to do with your mother? Okay. So eager were Piper and Mac, Nessie and Mac, to assume their rightful positions in the back seat that they completely failed to notice Squirrely out in the front yard. Nessie, I'm talking about Squirrely. Okay, Cookie Biscuit. I'm talking about Cookie Biscuit. There you go. Here's one for Nessie. Here's one for Mac. Okay, let's make believe we're interested in the story. Despite all the differences between Nessie and Mac, the two Scotties definitely shared a crazed passion for chasing rodents. Scottish Terriers had originally been bred to hunt vermin, Nessie, vermin, and their long pedigree ensured that this particular trait was an important part of both siblings' personalities. Although Mac could be happy chasing a ball, you like balls, yeah. Squirrels were so much more fun because they were full of surprises. They didn't have to bounce off a wall in order to change directions. For Nessie, though, pursuing real-life critters was the ultimate experience that chasing a ball or chew toy could never come close to. Squirrely despised the Scotties because whenever they spotted him, they wouldn't allow him to come down from whatever tree he was perched in. Don't yawn, Nessie, please. It doesn't help my creative juices, okay? He also didn't appreciate that the Terriers always had to get the last word in, so whenever he would disapprovingly chip, chip, chip at them, that only served to further set the little dogs off. And they'd respond with an onslaught of barks that gave the little rodent a headache. Once this verbal exchange started, it wouldn't be long before others in the neighborhood were all in a fuss over the noisy animal banter. Eventually, somebody would either have to carry the Scotties inside or else throw a stick at the rodent in the hopes that he'd find an escape route, such as jumping to a telephone pole or a roof. Your minds are wandering. I think you need another cookie. There you go. It didn't help if he merely climbed to a higher tree branch, because the dogs would still see him up there doing unacceptable squirrel things. The Terriers shot into the back seat of the car like bearded rockets. Nessie quickly assumed her traditional position on the right side, her active nose quickly adding new slime marks to the already murky window. Staring at the world through a window streaked with nose trails never bothered her, because after all, being inside a car was about as good as it could get. Mac seated himself on the left side of the back seat and eagerly stared out the open door, waiting for the rest of the family to join them. I think that's probably enough for the day. Do you think you guys would like to have a cookie? Okay, you stay there and get your cookie. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go, do shake paw. Good, Nessie. Mac, shake paw. No, shake paw. Good, shake paw. Okay, Nessie, the camera's on. No, you got to go. Good, dead dog. Good, dead dog. Oh, you are so talented. Mac, all you can do is go down. Good boy. Okay, that's enough for the day. I think we're up to page 13, and we're having a lot of fun with the story, aren't we? Oh my goodness. This is exhausting, guys, but thank you for being a captive audience thanks to the magic of biscuits. Okay. Good boy, Mackie. Oh, God, my bones are tired. And thank you, Kenneth McKellar, for your wonderful music.